Hey, we got another follower submission. We love these follower submissions. You can submit a story on our website, reddit-sedit.com. Form at the bottom. Submit your story, and it'll get added to a pile for us to at least look at, possibly record a video on. Like this one. Am I the asshole for calling my husband unreasonable for canceling the holiday trip just because me and the kids couldn't help him in an emergency? My husband and I have been together for 4 years. I have 2 kids, 17 male, 19 female, and their half-brother is 3 years old. This past week, my husband had an emergency. Dad had a medical emergency and wanted someone to watch our son. He asked my older son and he refused because he was going out with friends. He also asked my daughter, but she locked herself in the room to study. I was at the restaurant with my brother meeting his girlfriend for the first time. My husband ended up taking our son with him to the hospital and his mom watched him from there. He came home and was lashing out on everybody, calling us selfish and unfeeling. I tried to explain that the kids were busy, but he told me to get the F out with that bull because my other son could have skipped the hangout and watched his brother, and my daughter could have watched her brother while studying instead of locked herself in the room. He scolded me as well, but I told him I couldn't leave lunch with my brother since he was visiting town, and this was my only chance to meet his girlfriend. He yelled some more, then told us that he was canceling the family holiday trip for Christmas this year. The 2 older kids were upset and said it was unfair. I called him unreasonable to cancel the trip and punish the kids, and possibly me, like that. He refused to discuss it later. Now me and the kids aren't speaking to him, and he's saying good riddance. Edit. My husband was supposed to watch our son at that time. That's why I went to see my brother at the restaurant. The kids aren't used to watching their brother when neither parent is home. Update, my husband just told us that he'll be spending Christmas with his family, saying he needs to be around his dad anyway. The kids said they will just go to their dad since they and my husband are still not talking. Neither of the kids are happy about how things turned out, so I feel like things have gotten out of hand and the problem got bigger. He's now choosing to basically abandon us on Christmas and also keep our son away from me and his siblings. Whoa. I mean, okay, first comment on here, which is fantastic, says, by alarming reply 6286, you're the asshole. Let's fix the title of your post. My husband canceled our holiday trip because my kids and I are unreasonable, and he just found out that we couldn't care less about him or his family. That about sums it up. Okay, so in a medical emergency, everyone is supposed to step up, right? It is an all hands on deck situation. Your petty little social plans don't mean shit anymore. Out of the 3 people, OP, the 17-year-old son, and the 19-year-old daughter, the 19-year-old daughter who is studying is the only one who gets any kind of pass here, and that's only because it could have been something critical that she was studying for, right? That's it. But even then, it's something that she could have done later and stepped up right now to help watch the 3-year-old. It's not a hard thing to do, especially if the 17-year-old son and the 19-year-old daughter teamed up together to make it happen. But where the hell was OP for all of this? She was at lunch with her brother meeting his girlfriend. Dad has a medical emergency. OP's husband needs someone to watch the 3-year-old so he can assist and be there for his dad, and they all said, screw you. And then there was some kind of consequence for it. And they're like, oh my God, it's so unfair. I'll just go to my dad's for Christmas. So OP is going to be potentially alone while everyone else is on some kind of holiday trip. But damn, how alarming would it be to realize that none of these people give a shit about you at all and aren't willing to step up for you at all? You know, we don't know how much OP's husband has stepped up for them in this amount of time, but they've been married for 4 years and the 17-year-old and 19-year-old live with them, and those are OP's kids. So he's been providing for them and stepping up for them this whole time. No one could step up and watch the 3-year-old during this time. What a family of asshats. He called them selfish and unfeeling, and those are accurate. And it goes way beyond that. You've got a family full of ass-con ones here. Out of the 5 of you, OP and her 2 kids are ass-con ones. They're 17 and 19. They can be ass-con ones. That's just a terrible person, shitty thing to do, to have complete disregard for everything. And if we're going to get technical about anything, we can say that mom is an ass-con one, right? Because she should have led the charge here. She should have been like, hey, my 17-year-old son, 19-year-old daughter, you guys need to jump into gear and watch him right now until I can get home. There was a way to make this work. There was just no effort involved. No one was willing to make any effort at all. And I'm not surprised that this whole thing is falling apart and that they're going to end up getting divorced. And now they have a 3-year-old son together, and that's going to get complicated, right? But shit, at what point in life do you realize that you have to give a shit about other people? It's not all just the me Amy show. When you love someone, you step up for them. Nobody stepped up for OP's husband here. Poor dude. I'm glad he blew the bullshit horn and said, screw this, I'm gonna go stay with my family. At least they care and know how to love, right? Man, poor dude. Well, hopefully he has a good holiday because he's gonna be around people who actually love him. If this is how this situation played out, I'm guessing that there have been a lot more smaller situations for him where he just felt completely unappreciated and unloved prior to this. So this was probably just the straw that broke the camel's back. OP, you are an ASCON 1. Congratulations. You only give a shit about you. And your kids are two assholes too, and it is your job to show them a better way. But right now, it's like that old school, this is your brain on drugs, and the follow-up to that was I learned it from watching you. Yeah, they've learned how to become assholes by watching you, OP. You've been a great leader and an inspiration to assholes everywhere. You are multiplying into more assholes, and those assholes are gonna multiply into even more assholes, and soon your assholes will cover the entire world. We're going to see them in traffic. We'll see them at grocery stores, leaving carts in the middle of the parking lot and blocking aisles. We'll see them in parent pickup lines, completely screwing everyone else. We're going to see your little assholes all over the place. Thanks for that. Veranda Santa ain't bringing you nothing. Ho, ho, no.